The retooled EMAC Truth versus my Metal Flake Ultra. Let's get right into it. Hole number one, just under 300 feet. This is a temp hole that I just made. This corner of the sidewalk up to hole number 9's basket. Beautiful little hyzer to start. 9 holes, CTPs. You know the deal. Oh, I cranked it. That was horrible. We do have a pretty stiff left to right coming through today. A little like 10 to 15 out here, so definitely gonna keep it honest. Yeah, that's really good. Well, we basically threw away hole 1 to the EMAC. Can't win them all, you know? So the retooled EMAC Truth is supposed to be a more overstable version of the already more overstable version of the Truth.
Basically, I wanted a more stable version of the original EMAC Truths because I felt like after a little bit of time they were really losing their integrity and not keeping up that stability, that consistency that I once loved out of the original runs of EMAC Truth.
Got this from Eric McCabe himself. If you watch my Buzz SS video, you kind of know the deal. But I threw it a few times and I was like, man, this really falls right in line with my signature Metal Flake Ultra. That is a much straighter, pushier run of Ultra. So I figured, what better way to compare the two than the classic CTP battle?
There's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
Very borderline 6-speed mid-range, I would call this. The Truth, from what I've thrown the Truth a handful of times, so I've experienced it. But I've also been told it's one of the furthest flying mid-ranges. I mean, if you look at that, that's like borderline squall or like all those Castoplas 6 speeds. And then here's the Ultra, a little more traditional style. So maybe some similarities, like not really. Let's be real. Not totally sure on the flight numbers. I'll try and get those up on the screen. I just know they fly very similar. 267, dead straight. I'm gonna try a little bit of like a flex line, left to right wind coming through here. Stay up. Little short, not a bad shot. Oh, and I crank. Why am I throwing that disc so bad? Dang it. This might be my worst start ever with my own disc. Not looking good. Well, EMAC up. Does it putt? It putts. Up 2-0. Right off the bat. Not looking good for me. The thing about the best of 9 format is technically this video could only last 5 holes. At the way I'm throwing the Ultra right now, it's not looking hot for me. First forehand of the day. Now, I threw this in the bag one day for like a casual round. I tossed it around a little bit. Could not forehand it. Just a fluttery guy. It's got a little bit of dome to it, and I'm not him when it comes to domey forehands. What the? So that wasn't like miserable, but I mean, you can see how much wobble that had. Something about it. I think if I got a really flat one of those, it might actually be one of the best forehand mid-ranges. Low-key, still kind of wobbly, but I mean, that's a peach. So I'm sure if you're a regular here on the program, you've probably heard me talk about my dislike of Trilogy. More specifically, their marketing. I've always just thought it was kind of cheesy, and it never really like sat with me. But getting to talk with EMAC, I feel like in disc golf, when you make a personal connection with somebody, it can kind of change your perspective a little bit. And I kind of feel like that's what happened with me when I talked with EMAC. I was just like, this guy's just so cool. And he offered to give me one of these, and I was like, hell yeah, let's try it out. And then now we're here, you know what I mean? And the little personal connection that I made with the guy, just kind of like, at least I was like, I'll try his disc out. This dude's cool as hell. Yeah, I'm gonna like, you know, show it off or at least give it a go. Whereas before, when you don't have that connection, you're kind of like, I don't care at all about this brand's new release. Plus, this disc actually does feel fantastic. You can't argue with that. Like, I'll argue that a brand's name or a disc's name or a marketing thing is like cheesy and I don't like it, but I'm not the type of person to like throw a disc that feels good and flies good and tell you it's bad. I'm gonna tell you if it's good, even if I might not like, you know, the brand or whatever the most. Good, there's a lot of good discs out there. There's honestly way more good discs than there are bad discs. It's just more like personal preference. I think we all know that. Ultra definitely needed a point there, so that's good. We got like a 400 footer here, and we're gonna smack these things. Unfortunately, we're gonna have like a little bit of a head right to left coming back here, which probably couldn't be worse to try and get these that far, but full smack. Honestly, this one might be more of like a distance hole, like what one goes the furthest rather than close to the pin. Oh, that actually flipped up. Oh, there's the wind. Yeah, I knew that right to left was eventually gonna just absolutely toss it. Dang it. Gosh, that thing is fast. Wow, that's actually so nice. The wind just stalled it. That should have gone so much further. So the speed on this EMAC Truth really reminds me of Gannon's Glacier. They're definitely that, 5.5 to like kind of 6 speed-ish mid-range, and I like those because I love like the Squall, which is, basically a Buzz or Buzz SS, but just a little bit faster. Kind of reminds me of this, and I've been throwing the Squall a little bit again here lately, so kind of fresh in my mind. I kind of think we got to call this one a wash just because they're pretty much the same exact distance to the basket, and I don't really think either one deserves much of a point there. Luckily, hole number 1 was kind of a temp hole, so if we need 9 holes, we still got an extra out there. Next hole, we play this one from a little bit further back, right around 350-ish feet. Beautiful hyzer, hanging over the sidewalk, let it crash back. Kind of right on that perfect distance that I'd be throwing a disc like this. Oh yeah. I don't think that's getting there. Dang it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Go in the hole. Go in. That would have been such a sick ace. What? The EMAC's a putter, baby. We got one of those bipolar Pacific Northwest days. Every 5 minutes, it goes from sunny and beautiful, but it's actually raining on me right now also. So the weather here lately, guys, every day on the forecast, 45 and rainy, every single day. What you actually get, you never really know, but it's been so hard to get out and film lately. Like, it's been a struggle. 3-1, Truth. Not looking too hot. What is something about the way that I can't throw it forehand? This is sad because the 2 points now that the Ultra has are solely because I know I can't forehand the Truth. Maybe I'm even just telling myself that, and then I yank it and basically throw away a point. Some people might call it rigged, but I make the rules. It's my channel, so it doesn't really matter. A little bit deep on the Ultra there. Have you guys tried this yet? I think they're available everywhere. I don't think it was like a Disc South. Really good hole here, like 350 feet. Unfortunately, we got like a right to left, which sucks because you kind of want to hit this like flat and I don't know, get it to really just hold straight. And with this wind, I don't know if that's going to be doable. I almost want to go. Okay, that might go back door and be pretty solid actually. Oh my, that's like back door 20 feet. Holy. Oh, get under the tree. That's the same exact line. Consistent, fair. Oh, it caught a branch. We'll see. Both of those actually were better than I expected. Every time I throw the Truth, I feel like it just launches out of the hand. It seems so fast. I mean, come on, you can't make this up. Truth sitting at, I don't know, what is this, 25 feet? And then freaking Ultra, just a little 15-footer. Ultra with the comeback of the century, 3-3, tied it up, 256 feet. Just a nice little hyzer. I'm gonna swing it right into that dead tree stump, I guess. That looks great. Oh no way! And I yank it. What the hell was that? That might be actually like enough swing. Man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about those guys. Not my best effort. Dang it. That's the tricky part about these, is that some days there's a lot of air on the thrower and can't really do much about it. With a very suspicious turn of events, the Ultra takes the lead 4-3. All it needs is one more. Now this hole, once again, is kind of like a made up hole, I guess. The basket for this actual hole is like 200 feet on the other side of this big batch of trees here, but we're gonna play to hole 3's basket. That is just like 75 feet further, but kind of gives these a little bit more of a full flight. Oh, that's so good. As long as that gets back left enough. Hung it a little right. I like the line a lot though. Basically want to match that, but maybe a little more height with the truth here. Oh yeah. Oh, what the? That thing just fell out of the sky. Ultra was like 10, 15 feet closer. There's somebody playing that hole actually, so I just grabbed them and got out of their way. That means the Ultra came back out of nowhere. And by came back, I mean I threw the EMAC kind of like shit and just threw decent with this, and it took the dub. You know, this series, it's never really fair. We'll put it that way. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna send it down the right gap there. Nice little hyzer around the back door. Hope you enjoyed that one. Shout out to EMAC once again for hooking me up with this thing and the buzz assesses. You're the man. See you in the next one. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so good. Yeah, we're actually, we are dialed with the oh, we're dialed with that too. Wow. Yeah. He's good at disc golf, honestly.
Creator of Frisbee Club,
The man,
motherfuckers.
the man, the myth.
And right here, I have a frisbee bag. It holds all my frisbees, the ones I like.